Hello, this is Brush Prime, and today in Kaiju 30, we're taking a look at Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters, all out attack. Or GMK for short. Yeah, we're finally made it to the most epic and the most interesting of the Godzilla movies, the third entry of the Millennium Era, and directed by Shinzo Kaneko, the same guy who directed the Gamera Heisei trilogy, which I reviewed last year. So it's kind of ironic that I'm going to review the one Godzilla movie that he did. Yeah. Then again, this movie was originally going to be. There were other ideas kind of wants to do, like one where Godzilla fought Carissa, but ditched that. His other idea was set in the future where an astronaut was mutated into a monstrous thing called M. Also, so the third one was the charm, and the original idea was going to have Godzilla fought Baragon, Var I, and Garrus. And the Godzilla also made an appearance. But unfortunately, the Godzilla was out, and Garrus was replaced by Mothra, and Garrus was replaced by King Ghidorah, and Var I was replaced by Mothra, which is kind of sad because, let's be honest, I'd rather kept Var I for the movie. Ghidorah's feel out of place. But anyway, let's talk about the movie. The movie begins with a history lesson since the first Godzilla attack in 1954. Also, a little slave of the 98 movie. Unfortunately, Godzilla has returned. That's right, this movie is a sequel to the original Godzilla movie. And incidentally, this version of Godzilla is the second Godzilla that makes an appearance, which is kind of confusing because since this is the second one and it's made out of the spirits of the Imperial soldiers who lost their souls during the Second World War and want revenge on Japan for forgetting them. It's like, should it be easier is saying this is a second Godzilla that has a connection, or you could say it'd be much easier if this Godzilla was a ghost of the original Godzilla. They kind of didn't do that. But anyway, Godzilla did in fact return, so yeah. Meanwhile, we are introduced to our main character, Yuki, who is a female news reporter for a fake docudrama series. Yeah, basically, what you are considering, basically, the fake docudramas that you see in movies and TV shows that you think was an actual documentary, but it's not. Yeah, but anyway, later that night, as a random biker king who looks like Elvis impersonations, I should say, appeared and harassed a couple and all that. They got crushed when they went to a tunnel by Baragon, who has returned after his brief stint in destroying monsters. And this time, he is played by the first ever female suit actress in a Godzilla movie, complete with her own unique war. But unfortunately, the unique war was only in special features. If you want to know what that unique war is, click up there. Soon, more things happen. Mothra shows up after a bunch of idiots decided to drown a dog. Mothra appears in her wallet alarm, which is a reused prop from Rebirth of Mothra. And more mystery again. Meanwhile, Yuki was disappointed that her feral core, to things like work and all that other stuff before the introduction of the guardian monsters. And soon we also learned that the admiral that is also Yuri's father. Then they learn more about this and reveal that they went to this old guy who was played by a Godzilla Showa veteran. The guy who plays the toy maker and the guy who plays Doctor Who from King Kong Escapes. That guy. He warns Yuri that she needs to awaken the 1,000-year-old dragon Ghidorah. Yeah, Ghidorah is a good guy in this movie. The first and only time. Yeah. It's kind of weird that Ghidorah's bumped in the once villains, now good guys club. Since then, that group was crowded. Yeah. But anyway, soon later on, Baragon appears again, breaks out the strange old man. Godzilla shows up and destroys everything. Even one moment there was a atomic bomb like thing happen with atomic breath. Soon Godzilla and Baragon fought. Baragon lost and dies. Soon Mothra emerged from her cocoon, flews to two women who are not who is referencing the Shobijin, because the Shobijin are not in this movie. This is the second time in the Godzilla series that the Shobijin are not even in the movie. And this version of Mothra is a more wasp-like than moth, which is kind of weird. But yeah. Soon she and Godzilla fought, and they beat up. Also, Ghidorah was awakened after a familiar character tried to use Ghidorah's statue for a very dark moment, but nope. And it was free because Ghidorah was in an icy tomb. Ghidorah broke free from that icy tomb. And he did show up to fight Godzilla, so the last bit was legit GMK. Godzilla fought both Mothra and Ghidorah, and unfortunately, Mothra lost her life after Godzilla used the atomic breath, after the military used her new missiles and all that. So Godzilla used the atomic breath and kill Mothra there. But then Mothra's essence transferred to King Ghidorah, to make him turn into King Ghidorah, and beat up Godzilla. So much that Godzilla has a wound on his neck. So as they fought on, Ghidorah was out, so Godzilla used the atomic breath to cripple the structure that Yui and her friend were dangling. The stone was dropped on Ghidorah to use as a peg, so Ghidorah gets back and fought Godzilla, unfortunately using his gravity beams over and over again. That charge Godzilla that kills Ghidorah. However, the spirits of all three guardian monsters absorb Godzilla, with him down. That way the ship that the submarine was originally named the Sapsuna, named after the Heisei actor, went in and Godzilla ate it up, and yeah. You think that's the end of the movie, but nope. He used missiles to remove the dragon. Godzilla tried to use the atomic breath on both Yuri and her friend, but the atomic breath flies over the shoulder. Godzilla tried to use it again. And unfortunately, he went. See, that's a section when Godzilla used the atomic breath again, but unfortunately exploded, resulted to his death. So it was a happy ending, and they salute the guardian monsters by 6 feet because radiation poison. And that was the end. Except the part where Godzilla's heart was beating, and you hear the Godzilla theme. Yeah. And that was Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. Overall, it was really good, besides the fact that some people think it's overrated. But others think it's the best movie. Matter of fact, way better than the original Godzilla movie. But there's a side note that there is a brief scene where the admiral talking to the prime minister that the military government hid Sarasara, hid the oxygen store and Sarasara in secret. Which is kind of weird, but yeah. Overall, it is a good movie, but I have problems with this. Number one, I don't like Ghidorah as a good guy. It's so random. It should have been. They should kept Baron. Mothra is okay. I like the design, the design's kind of weird. I like the purple accents, but the design looks too big than Moth. Especially we had after the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy. Yeah. Number 2 is, yeah, that's probably the main reason, but there's other things I was shame this is the only Godzilla movie that Shinho Kanego actually made. Heck, if Toho decided to team up with Kanego to actually made the Gamera versus Godzilla movie that people been wanted, that guy could do that movie. Despite he won't do it. Because GMK Godzilla is this, and the Gamera from that trilogy was this. So, yeah. But it would be awesome to have a equal scale Godzilla and Gamera, but yep. Yeah, disappointed because, yeah, in that movie, Gamera is the good guy and Gauss is the bad guy. It's really sad that Godzilla is the bad guy and Ghidorah is the good guy, which just feels wrong. It should be Godzilla be the good guy and Ghidorah the bad guy. It's weird that Ghidorah and all monsters have to get this mythological thing, but should have been Baron. That makes sense because his original movie has him as Baragon. But this is, but Ghidorah's never a good guy and has really, is really from Baragon's okay. It's weird that out of all the original treatment, I'm surprised that Toho didn't replace Baragon with Rodan, which is gotta be more weirder. Yeah. Maybe because Japanese think that Baragon is pretty cool. That's the reason. But yeah. Overall, this is a really good movie, but it has some problems. Again, matter of fact, this version added too much things that you don't expected. Including changing one thing saying good to something you did not expected. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Giant Monsters All Attack. But next week, next week's will be awesome. Also, I forgot to mention, this movie is the only movie that Tom never appeared. But there's also cameo appearances from previous directors and special effect directors. Yeah. But anyway, next week on Kaiju Furzu, Godzilla went from fighting 2 of his enemies to facing 1, but this one's completely different. And its story is a really grand story. And it is Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Technically, this movie should be called Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 3, but nah. Anyway, this is Press 210.